What up, metalheads? Alright, The Painkiller by Judas Priest. I really wanted to talk about this album because I've been listening to it lately, and wow, this album has a special place in my heart because it was the first metal album I've ever heard. The very first. I mean, unless you want to count Kiss as metal. I know they do have some metal stuff. Technically, Kiss was the first metal band I heard, but it wasn't until I heard this album by Judas Priest that I really started to understand and appreciate metal and like it. Alright, so the first song off the track is Painkiller, the self-titled track, and easily this is the best song off the album. I mean, I like the multiple parts that this song has. It's incredibly simplistic. The song sounds totally simplified and easy to comprehend, easier on the ears, but it has multiple little parts to it. So you have an intro, which is awesome, you know, the badass drum work, and it comes in with this like screaming guitar, like a guitar squeal, and then it kicks in with this heavy badass riff, super high octaves throughout the whole song with Rob Halford's screams, and the twin guitar work on here is awesome. I mean, the octaves on the solos get incredibly high, and I think that's what makes this song really awesome, and to me really epic. It's the octaves, they really it makes the song sound more exaggerated than it really is, and it the lyrics too, the lyrics are also incredibly exaggerated. It sounds really theatrical, and theatrical in a sense of awe and wonder, of power, if that made sense. That's kind of what I'm getting here with what the octaves do and why this song is really special and unique. But anyways, back to the structures. You got the intro to the song, then you have the verse, a chorus, a verse, then you have this little another chorus. Then there's a little middle piece, where he says faster than a laser bullet. What does he say? Louder than an atom bomb, brighter than 1,000 suns. So you got that middle piece, and then you have it goes into like a solo, and then another solo, and then coming right back into the verse, ending with a chorus, and then it has an alternative chorus. I like the structure of that. It's got a lot to it while keeping it simple. It's not too complex. If someone were to come up to me and ask me what is metal, or what is the definition of metal, I would show them this song. This song to me is the most metal song ever. Yes, more so than Cannibal Corpse or Death, or Metallica. I mean, all those guys are great, but I gotta say, this song to me is the most metal song there is. It's got everything essential that metal has, and it also, in my opinion, does it right. I know some people might say, oh no, I'd show someone Black Sabbath for the definition of metal. It's like, I'd show them that for doom metal, but just for metal as a whole, all in all, I'd show them Painkiller. It's got a little element of thrash in there with like the speed and the super guitar riffage going on in solos. You have Halford's scream, so it gets into screaming, but it also is it's actual singing, so it doesn't just go one-sided onto just screaming. It's kind of like a good combination of the two. All right, and the drum work, it's got great drum work. The tempos change every now and then. Complex, like I said, with the structure, complex, so it shows that metal is capable of doing a lot with itself, rather than being watered down like pop music, where it's just the most simplest thing ever. But also, it's simple enough to where someone can comprehend it. And I love the octaves. At the same time, it's heavy, so it's not just a heavy song or this like Iron Maiden high, what am I looking for, like Iron Maiden, they're not as heavy. They're kind of like this happier, uplifty sounding. This is both. It's got the contrast of heavy and then the higher pitches. So to me, it just has it all. and its aggression, the lyrics, you know, they're the appropriate metal lyrics. Bam. I think. All right, switching angles here. All right, next song is what? All Guns Blazing, and this is the thrashiest song Judas Priest has done, I think. What is happening? All right, whatever. My CD player was freaking out. Anyways, this is definitely the thrashiest song off of the album, and probably the thrashiest song Judas Priest has done. It's super fast, incredibly loud and heavy, very, very in your face and aggressive, and it's full of just testosterone. That's all I can say about it. It's just a in your face, all out, balls to the walls song. That's what it is. That's the best way I can describe it. All Guns Blazing is the title, and that describes the sound of the song very, very well. One Shot at Glory, which I absolutely love. I think the chorus on that one is really iconic to me. I know a lot, it's not iconic, but it sounds really, really theatrical. It sounds really dramatic. That's what I'm trying to say here. I really like that song, One Shot at Glory. And you know, Metal Meltdown, that song I love. It opens up with this really cool solo, and it's again super aggressive, super in your face. I think the transition between the verse and the chorus on that song Metal Meltdown is the best transition from a verse to a chorus ever. It just kind of goes right into it really well, and the chorus is really like, it's like a mountain peak. It's just it's right, you know what I mean? It's just so raw. Nightcrawler is another great one, my second favorite off of the album, and what makes the song so great is that not only is it catchy and heavy and dramatic, this is probably the most dramatic theatrical sounding song on here. Basically, it's full of these horror sounding riffs, right? Like they belong into like a horror book or horror, not necessarily movie, but it sounds, or like an old school classic like horror movie, right? It's just that kind of horror, like that classic oldie horror theme, right? That's kind of what it sounds like, if you guys know what I'm trying to say here. And it basically puts those into riffs and basically into a Judas Priest song, and I think it works. It carries itself really well. It's really memorable. There's a lot of narration parts that he does on it, and I think it just works really well. So then we got A Touch of Evil. This is the most commercial friendly, radio friendly song on here, but I still think it kicks ass, man. It's like the most simple song ever, but I love it. So anyways, that's my review for you guys of the Painkiller by Judas Priest. I would give this album a solid 8 out of 10. I absolutely love this song, or album. The song Painkiller, though, however, that's I mean, to me, it doesn't get better than that song. I think that song is it's perfect, along with Thunder Horse by Deathclock, you guys. If you saw that review, bam, right there, or right there, whichever one it comes up on, right? Okay, that one or that one is my review for Deathclock. I did that with my little brother Isaac. And anyways, in that review, I said that Thunder Horse is an 11 out of 11 song. Or, guys, I can't even talk today. 11 out of 10 song. Right? That's the rating I gave it, because I think it's just great. Painkiller is the same. 11 out of 10. It's just beyond perfect. There it is. Let me know what you guys think of this album. Like it? Yes? No? Whatever. Whatever you guys have to say about it, go ahead, let me know below. And this weekend, guys, I got a lot of reviews coming up. We're going to hopefully dive into Opeth, because a lot of you guys have been talking about Opeth. Gonna react to one of Vladimir's recommendations. Can't wait to get into that. And some other stuff that I have to look at. I gotta look at what you guys recommended for me. But that stuff's coming up, so stay tuned, guys.